A family member sent me a video from Kevin Wesley, who's a Christian critic. The video talks about the historicity of the Israelites' military conquest of the inhabitants of biblical Canaan. In the video, he says that the account recorded in the book of Joshua can't be true because there's no extra biblical evidence to support the claim. Let's go to the video.
Things that never happened. All right, so Yahweh is supposedly speaking to the Hebrews here in Deuteronomy 20 and 17. He's telling them to utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, as the Lord God has commanded thee. Now, these people supposedly outnumber the Hebrews, but where's the proof that they conquered them? Who out there can prove that the Hebrews actually conquered these lands and these people in the real world? Who can prove the Bible is not myth and fairy tale? So these people supposedly outnumbered the Hebrews, and with the help of Yahweh, sending, of course, the Hebrews into other lands to murder, rape, and pillage these people, all because they didn't worship him, they were supposedly successful according to the Bible. But where are the monuments? Where's the proof? Greeks conquered people, so did Rome, so did Islam, Persia. But why are the Hebrews not known throughout history as warriors? Why can you not find proof that the Hebrews actually conquered these people? Because it never happened.
For those of you who are not familiar with logical fallacies, I'm going to give you a short explanation. In deductive arguments, in order for an argument to be considered valid, the logical form of the argument must be valid. For it to be sound, the logic must be valid and the premises true. If the premises are false, the argument is worthless. If the logic is valid and the premises are true, then the conclusion should follow. For example, a deductive argument such as premise 1, all men are mortal. Premise 2, I am a man. The conclusion, therefore, I am mortal, is a sound argument. The logic is valid, the premises are true, and the conclusion logically follows. Now let's take a look at Kevin Wesley's argument. Premise 1. If there is no proof for the military conquest of Canaan, then it's not true. Premise 2. There is no proof for the conquest. Conclusion. Therefore, the biblical account is false. This argument is logically incoherent. Within premise 1 alone, there is such a leap. If there is no proof, then it's not true. That's a non sequitur. If there's no proof that you ate lunch last week, does that mean it's not true that you did? Proof doesn't make a claim true. Proof can help establish something as a fact, but proof doesn't make it true. Just like lack of proof doesn't make it untrue. That's a ridiculous claim. That was strike one, here's strike two. His argument is also an argument from ignorance. That's a logical fallacy which says something is true because it hasn't been proven false, or something is false because it hasn't been proven true. For example, if someone were to say God exists because no one has proven he doesn't exist, would be an argument from ignorance. In the same way, if someone were to say God doesn't exist because no one has ever proven the existence of God, that would be committing this fallacy. Now, strike three for Kevin comes via archaeological evidence that points to the destruction of Jericho as laid out in the book of Joshua. His argument is so weak, I normally would have just ignored it, but since it was sent to me by a family member, I felt like I should reply. So there you go.